Okay, so my goal is really to create a space where people can just feel safe about exploring their sexuality with no judgment, and for adults, because like even in Massachusetts, like they have so many rules of like sex education, and it's mostly focused on young people. But what about the people in the middle that didn't get that education when they were younger?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're still trying to figure out, and these people are having kids. We're having kids, raising kids. We should have the skills to be able to show them and teach them. So it's really about the education. I'm really passionate about what I do. And it feels good to be authentically myself, because now I can say, yeah, the business is called Noir Pleasure, which is Black Pleasure. That's it. I was like, all right, I don't want to call it Black Pleasure because, you know, language sometimes can like, but it's there. The people who read it, they know it's for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and then it's not just about sex, right? Because pleasure is, like I said, living your life with total satisfaction, right? So when I think about pleasure, I think about sensuality. So what do you feel, touch, smell, like all of that? It's mind, body, and spirit. Like you can't be fully in tune with your partner if you're dealing with some trauma that you've been dealing with in your life. You know what I mean? So I don't know everything. I have a lot of skill, but I don't know everything. But my goal is to really collaborate with all of the other like Black sex educators and the allies, because they don't got to be Black, just to help us out. But the goal is to just really change our behaviors and how we think about sex and pleasure. And that's where I'm at.
I don't want to veer us away from sex, but you say it's not just about sex, it's about, you know, your whole self. In collaborations, have you considered anyone that does like centering or
and
like
wellness type stuff?
Yeah, like holistic wellness healing and stuff like that.
So I'm scouting.
Okay.
Definitely. Like
So
I said, I don't
it's
know
a
everything.
consideration.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, because to me, like, it's holistic. So it's whole body, mind, body, and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
There may be some skills, and me, I'm forever always going to be like someone looking for education, right? Always want to get better and grow within myself and in my business. So even right now, I'm taking like a herbalism course to learn how to connect more with nature. That wasn't given to me. That wasn't wisdom that was given to me through my parents or through my ancestors.
Or
like,
school or
anywhere. Like I
anywhere.
had to go scout for that. But I know that it's in me. I know that once I get connected, it'll be a breeze. But I had to open myself up for that. The same way I'm gonna have to open my business up to receive all those different kinds of gems that people have out there to offer. There's so many women that I want to work with that bring expertise. One of them in particular that I've learned from and been watching, her name is Amina Peterson. She's from the Atlanta Tantra Institute.
Mm-hmm.
She gives really good classes. And she's really about like centering Blackness. And one of the courses that she has that I really want to contribute to my business is called Cuddle Sage, right? And it's basically training people, like Black people, how to be professional cuddlers. Because touch is very important, right?
It is important.
When you think about that, sometimes you just want to sit with somebody and get a hug.
That's
that's
it.
all you need.
And it'd be nothing extra.
Yeah. That's it. No
and sometimes
sexual
you do want
connotation.
extra,
But sometimes you do. But sometimes you just want to be embraced and felt that. And we need that. A lot of people need hugs.
Because that's when souls connect. You feel the person's heartbeat. Like, all of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
So that's the Just a Noir Pleasure. I'm actually working on creating like a beta workshop to kind of like test, to see what people want. Like, it's not my business. I thought of the idea, but it's been like something that we need. So I'm really big on like satisfying my customers. So I'm not going to just create this business and be like, I know what everybody wants. No, I'm trying to connect with people and find out what they need. So
when you put this together, is it like a room where people are touching themselves? Or are you going to have like classes? Are you going to have like
a variation
courses?
of things? So right now I'm working on a course to teach online, so that way I can hit people in their email addresses so they can get comfortable. But also like edutainment events. Like one of my homegirls, she owns Modern Party Art, so that's one of the places that I have hosted, like other fun events like Naughty Bingo. Get your man or your partner together.
I want to go to Naughty Bingo, guys.
And we talk about, closing the orgasm gap in a way that's fun.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And introducing sex toys in a way that's educational and fun. You know what I mean? So there's different ways in how we can do this. But for right now, I'm just really starting on just gathering info from Black folks to figure out what exactly they need and what they're looking for.
You should connect with the candle guy. Because he's talking about doing edible candle wax and stuff. He's
The
talking
soy wax we
about
can use it for massaging.
branching into that, and then you can add that into your.
Smart
You can
man.
add that into your
Candle Lux. Yes.
You know who else I
think
thought
so
of
many
with
great
you?
creatives. Mm-hmm.
I also thought of you connecting with Cassandra because she can give you herbal things for sexual pleasure.
Yeah, we already linked.
Good.
We already linked.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like,
the connection.
I'm like, teach me how to grow. Like, so we had a conversation.
You could have a
She was showing
candle
me-
line.
Yeah, she was showing me how to grow green onions. I'm like, I want to grow food in my own apartment. She's like, let me show you. I'm like, yes. I yearn for that. My spirit yearns for that.
I can't wait to connect with her. I needed to take a break from the whole everything before I connected with other people. So you're the first person from class I've connected with. And I'm so happy we are here.
That's awesome.
Because you educate. You told me something the other day where you said you were talking with your brother and they're no longer going to teach sex ed in school.
Which is terrible.
Yeah.
They get rid of everything that I feel are like the basics that adults that people need to adult, like sex education, art classes, because you still need your creative side. You got to still be able to look outside the box. I remember when they used to do bookkeeping classes where we learned how to make sure we got our books right. You know what I mean? Like we had to get the book, like the paycheck and everything.
Music class anymore?
This is what I'm saying. They
When
get
I was
rid of
in
music.
school, that was a struggle. The music classes.
To keep
we don't
it-
know if we're gonna
that's-
have music class next year. I'm like,
See what I'm
God,
saying?
the art
That started back
system.
then. So think now.
Like
Like
now where the budget is even
it's
less.
Why is the focus is so much
Depending
on
on the community,
sports?
though. Depending on the community.
It's definitely
It's on
depends
the
on the community.
sports and what the sports because of the money that comes in with the sports.
Yeah, they rather cover the sport.
And I feel like the adults are secretly betting even with the high school kids, and so they don't care about the art class. What is the art class gonna do for me? What is this music class gonna do for me? Even though they could have the next Beethoven, but what is this music class gonna do
Because
for
you
me?
have to remember who has the majority of the money. It's not us. It's them, and they have penises. So they have money
Not the penis.
that supersede over us. So they make the plans because the people
Well, it's
who
the government.
make things happen have the money, right? And who's in the
and
government?
there's budgets.
It's not
That's
us.
why we
It's
need to
mostly
make sure
men
that
with
we get.
penises.
So all
We need to
those
get
laws and rules that come out have nothing to do for us. And being
But
that,
no, we have a say. We just don't.
we do, but
we don't
it's
show up
not
when
a
it's
lot.
time to vote.
So this
Let's
is why
be honest, though.
there's that part too. But
We've been doing better lately. Stop living in the past. We've been coming out better.
We've been coming
I
out.
feel like since
We have been
2019,
coming out.
2020,
But
we've
guess
been
what?
coming out.
Not just presidential elections.
I don't want to say 2018.
It's also your local elections.
Your local
like
elections,
I'll
too.
tell you
They
when
matter.
I
We've
like
been
this.
slowly getting
But I like
better
this,
at
right?
that. I will.
So my mom was on Woodrow, okay, and one year I visited her, and there's speed bumps on the road. I was like, shit, when did they put speed bumps on the road? And I was like, oh,
Unnecessarily.
So the community got together and said, listen, we tired of people racing down our street to get from Norfolk all the way to Blue Hill Ave. So they put speed bumps on the road.
It ain't us though that did it because I've been trying
Who
to get
lives on
speed
Woodrow
bumps.
Ave?
They're moving in.
Okay. Maybe
We are
I'm
very
wrong.
gentrified. I've been
But-
trying to get speed bumps on my street for a really long time. I live on the dead end, and in the summer, people are doing 80 on my street. Phew, phew.
Do you go to city? Do you go to the local?
How?
City hall?
Exactly.
Do you go
Ask
to
me
local
again. I'll
meetings?
send you videos. Yes, I've emailed people in City Hall. I've emailed
How?
them. They direct me to E18, the local police department, to tell me I have to wait for them to come out to put a speed radar on my street so that they can monitor it.
Oh, so
I've
they're
lived on
testing.
this street since I was 5. These people fly
Yeah.
up and down my street. My street is about the size of this
It's
table.
how?
Exactly. My street is the size of this table and people fly. Phew! It's to the point that us, the neighbors, want to get together and buy the speed bumps, the inflatable ones off Amazon.
Wait.
That's how bad it is.
I have a question. Wait. Do they think it's a through street?
I don't know because it says dead end at the top and it also says
Do they go
drive
all the way
slow.
down?
Children, they fly down and they fly up.
They must be thinking they're cutting
Listen.
into somewhere and they're
Yeah,
not.
Sometimes my street in the summer is crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it takes community
It's too small
to,
to be to be so ridiculous.
It
So
is.
it's not because and so again, it's not us that's making these requests. It's the gentrification that's happening in. That it has nothing
I'll
to
give
do
you
with the
that.
people that live here.
But I'm biased about the gentrification.
We're gonna bring it back to that. Let's bring it back to the topic of the sexual pleasuring because we lost.
So yeah, we'll
focus
talk
a
about
little
how
bit
sex
there.
education is no longer
It's in the
schools.
schools, and I think that's important. Hear me out, because I came from a God darn it. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I grew up in a Caribbean household with my mom as a minister. So there were a lot of things that are taboo in my household, even to today. And I'm about to be 40, and we don't talk about certain things. Periods were taboo. Sex was taboo. It was just, you know, your friend is coming, let me know. And it was just like stuff popped up, but there was never a conversation. You know what I mean? There was no type of conversation, no education. So when I became a mom and my kids, you know, they're going through school, my twins are 15, and I haven't got the paperwork yet for sex education. However, my eldest, which is now 21, when he was in the 7th grade, that paperwork came home. And before I signed it, I sat him down and I got a Corona bottle. And I got a condom. And I said, put it on it. Before I sign this paper, I want to see you put this condom on this Corona bottle.
Why not show him how to put it on?
I wanted to see what he can do for himself first before I jumped in. At 7th grade, these kids are exposed to more than what I was ever exposed to. So he probably already knew how to do it. I just wanted to see for myself where I needed to meet him.
What part of the
What do you know so far? What do you think you know? So that we can have that conversation from there. And it was a pretty good conversation.
Yeah, it starts at home. I don't think
it does start at home.
Should be responsible for teaching sex ed.
However, I think they should keep these classes in there for the parents who are like our parents, because
we never had that conversation with us.
Had we not had sexual education class in elementary, middle
but what
school,
should they be teaching?
So
because right now the times are different. Right now, I don't know. Like,
I don't know that I would want them teaching my child.
So
right
for
now,
me, when I was,
because the climate of what they're teaching now is completely not.
I don't know what they are or
were
were teaching, but when I got sex ed in 5th grade, I went to a Catholic school. We got sex education, and they pretty much taught us the reproductive system, what the vagina is, what fallopian tubes are,
how boys and girls are different,
right? Sperm and things of that nature, the egg getting fertilized and all that.
How sex leads to pregnancy.
Well, they didn't tell us that. They just said that the egg had to get fertilized. So someone in the class did say, so how does the sperm get to the egg? They never taught us that.
Yeah, it's like secret.
It is a secret. It's very hush hush. It is very hush hush.
Which is crazy.
But that was the sex education